of the Gorge, which is the mid lane. This is essentially important for the side of JIT.
So let's hear the fans cheer for both sides again. I actually like this movement from the side of JIT. They actually put aggression in the middle lane, but right now, as I praised him, Xiaoyan is going to be forced back here, as it looks like JIT now caught in a little bit of a scuffle at the bottom side of the map.
I would have surprised as well seeing I and also Xiao Dai. Every time they play towards the bottom side, the lane phase always looks pretty good in the early game, especially against Max and Joy.
Yeah, but here comes that initial puppet, and this is going to cause a lot of palpitations in the hearts for the side of JIT, because look at what is happening now. The invade happening from Lindholm.
Yeah, Lindholm playing super aggressive here. Do they get the steal? They do, in fact, take the Azure Golem away.
Yeah, and now it's just about can they get away with it. And it looks like Max, although he will have a little bit of trouble here, they do make it out safely. Max does have a view underneath the tower of the T1. Will be able to restore his health and regain control in the farm lane.
The lane was very swift as well on this Yuko Tachibana, just casually taking so many of these resources across the Gorge, especially away from such a resource-heavy jungle like the Alden.
Okay, we'll take a look at Tingyu as well, right? I think he's going to be one of the people we need to keep our eyes on as well. The Angela Scorchet, also known as the Tank Shredder. This is going to be a very important marker. If he lands a stun and his ultimate down onto members like Xiao Dai as well as Warrior, it could very well be over.
Yeah, that was really close here. He was looking for a flash stun on towards Xiaoyuan, but fortunately for the side of Xiaoyuan, the stun didn't really land on towards him there. So good stuff so far coming from JIT, handling the pressure.
Yeah, in fact, you know what? I want to give a little bit more praise to Sing Ai. He's actually holding well on his own in a 1v1 against Max.
But on towards the flip side though, you see a bit of an aggression coming in for the side of Weibo in towards the enemy jungle here. So Tingyu and Joy controlling really well the mid to bottom river.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I mean, this is what we expect, right? Of the standards of one of the top KPL teams, Weibo Gaming. Now, with that being said, this silent exchange between the Clash laners seems to be bubbling under, right? We're waiting for that 1v1 attempt.
At the very least, the 1v1 attempt will be delayed until the mid stage of the game here, but to really prize on the side of JIT, laning phase is looking much comfortable compared to game 1.
Yeah, very much so. And timings have been fulfilled. So JIT, I think they will be able to make their way into the 4-minute time mark, but straight away, I think you're already stealing all those small neutral camps away from JIT.
One camp is one camp, you make the enemy lose 50, you earn 50, that's 100 gold advantage.
Yep, you can see, even though it's a very slight difference here, 300 gold in advantage to Lincoln in terms of comparison, jungle for jungle.
This also goes into the favor of Ling Hong because of how well Ukyo Tachibana is with the mobility here. But take a look at top side though, engage just come through.
Yeah, they're trying, they will get the first blood, and Tingyu is going to be responsible for that one. Royun as well, not going to be surviving on the end of that. A double kill going to the side of Tingyu, and immediate movement to go into that TP for the bottom. They want more, and with that, this is going to be fantastic timing for the side of Weibo Gaming.
Yeah, Joy is literally everywhere on that play, limiting the side of Malmao and actually getting that flash disengaged. But let's check out the replay here on what exactly happened here. So Joy links in, gets the Spiraling Despair here, and the stun connects on towards Tingyu here. After that point, the burst is just too sufficient coming in for the side of Weibo to take down Royun as well.
Yeah, crazy, right? The timing of which Weibo Gaming hit their strides is so scary. At the same time, now that they have this Tyrant buff in their hands for the next 70 seconds, they're going to be starting to work on the turrets. So structural damage is incoming for the side of JIT.
And it's also looking a bit like a repeat of game number 1 here. A quiet first 3 minutes and then an explosive 4 minutes onwards here. JIT needs to find a way to handle this snowball that's being started by the side of Weibo.
I mean, their current solution is to try and ball up, right? Which means there's a lot of room for Zumo to really make moves across the map. The split push going down as well. Both team T2 at the bottom and T1 at the top have been pressured. Oh, nice burst attempt from the side of Weibo Gaming. Almost gets taken down by Lingheng here. Unfortunately, that will not happen for the side of Weibo, but JIT, they can heave a sigh of relief. But the cost comes at the T1 at the top.
Yeah, T1s don't respond here, buddy, so that's another tower being taken down from the side of Weibo Gaming here. Royun taking a bit too much damage for his own liking, has to force himself away from the jungle here. And so far, it's a bit stressful, I would say, but at the very least, tier 1 in the mid is still up and going for the side of JIT.
I mean, it's close to almost 3,000 gold lead once again for the side of Weibo Gaming going into the 6-minute mark. So this is a crazy stat to have. They also take the secondary neutral objective. This is going to be the Overlord going into the hands of Weibo Gaming.
A deep down analysis as well on why KPL teams are so good in punishing these small mistakes. Once you give them a lead, the timers of your spells, they will start invading your jungle, taking away your resources here. Hence the gold discrepancy gets widened in a very short time.
Super classy moves coming from Weibo Gaming. Once again, they get a nice look at the different members on the JIT side, and this comes with a lot of damage as well. They want to make life difficult. They might have to give away this Crimson Golem. Oh, stolen away with the basic attacks by Max as well. This means the map is going to be very much open. They're going to clear the wave at the top side. T2 at the bottom in trouble as well. JIT, there's too many problems to solve.
Yeah, and Joy also gave over the Star Spring over to Lingheng. They are ready to go for this mid turret here. So this will be a difficult one for the side of JIT to actually defend.
Yeah, using the puppets and just being a nuisance altogether. They get the jump from Xiaotai, but that ultimate's going to be wasted. Here comes the stun from the side of Joy as well. Can they finish his life for the attempt? They get Xiaotai, and there's no price to pay because they shut Mao Mao down as well. Weibo Gaming just all across the jungle of JIT.
The micro mechanics here coming in from Joy is just so beautiful here. Going in for the 3-man stun, allowing Max to pick up the kill on towards Xiaotai, and due to the fact that JIT didn't finish up the Azure Golem, that's another open one for the side of JIT's taking.
Oh, Royun, no! He will be taken down, and JIT suffer another loss. And that's not the only thing they're losing. T2 in the bottom, the T2 in the mid as well, going to be put under pressure. JIT looking for some value here. Finally, they get a stun, they get down Joy, but it is just Joy.
It is just a roller here coming in for the side of Weibo's team here, and you can see Zimo going in super aggressively.
Oh, crazy. He gets 1 kill straight away, 2 kills for the price of none. At the same time, Lingheng is already helping himself to the jungle on the side of the top for JIT. Minions will be crashing in for the T2 at the top, and all of a sudden, in the space of 2 minutes, JIT T3s are in trouble.
Yeah, Weibo is once again hitting on that first tier 3 in towards the mid lane here. They successfully get it, and right now, the map at 8 minutes mark, totally in control of the side of Weibo once again.
Crazy. Xiaotai actually used his powerful storage to try and lock Zimo down, but Zimo used his power gradation to get out of trouble. Didn't even get pulled into the faces of JIT. This is calculation at its extremities.
And many of the moments as well, right? We see how the Xiaodai wants to go in for the power storage on towards Max, but Max's reaction speed is so fast that he always manages to out-juke the range coming in from the Master Nuban ultimate.
Yeah, man, look at the mirror images coming in. The puppets on the side of Joy are really able to tank so much damage against Mao Mao of all people, so this is not good news.
It's not good news. It also gives vision, steals items away from you, so the hard-fought, hard-earned items being stolen away and buffed on towards Weibo Gaming. That's going to be a stressful one for JIT, but right now, Weibo, they want to end this fast. They're knocking on yet another tier 3 tower.
Yeah, they're attempting to clear the waves here, not really putting damage onto the heroes. But even with that, the wave clear, they lose a chunk of the health on the tier 3 at the bottom. So JIT, I mean, this is just delaying the, inevitable at this point.
It's just a slow burn so far, and with the timer slowly but surely approaching that 10th minute mark, I do believe that Weibo Gaming would do a double objective and go for that game-winning push. But for now, JIT, there is still some time. Do you guys go for a Hail Mary play?
I don't think you want to, right? One more mistake, the crystal is open. Now with that, they will use the Wings of Judgment for the side of Xiaoyuan. They will try to push and clear the waves. Going to be successful in that one, which means Weibo Gaming, they're going to be left with one singular option here. To go for the neutral objectives, because in 10 seconds more, they will have the Shadow Variants.
Yep, that's correct here. Also, top Overlord, bottom Tyrant here, they get upgraded with more stats here. Overlord gives you the extra charge on that Vanguard March style, and for the Tyrant, more damage and more zap on towards the enemy.
Right, we'll see Weibo Gaming already getting kickstarted on both the neutral objectives. Shadow variants, by the way. Now, Mao Mao does have the potential to be able to steal this away, but he doesn't want to put himself at risk. Lin Heng will be able to secure that one, which means the secondary one is coming soon. Team Yue are responsible for the take on that Shadow Tyrant. So JIT now, very tight spot.
The next 1 minute is going to be the most crucial one coming from JIT. If they can hold it, then yes, the game will be extended and this lesson still goes on. But judging from the goal lead, judging from the objective lead, it's not going to be an easy one for JIT.
I don't think it's going to get any easier. In fact, I think it's going to get even much more difficult.
Yeah, so for the side of JIT, let's look at their available options here. Flash is almost available from Mao Mao, so he could probably go for the ultimate flash on towards single target, and same goes for Xiao Dai as well. So at a very bare minimum, single out one target here. Does Weibo give you that chance?
I don't think so. Look, they're looking again. Joy, once he gets the ultimate down, I think it's game over for the side of JIT. He's one of the people that will have the stun coming in, gets the catch as well. They try their best. Mao Mao caught in no man's land. Gonna be taken out. Here comes the ultimate from the side of Xiao Dai. Manages to catch onto Lin Heng, but it's not gonna be enough. In the middle of them all, Royun's gonna be taken down. And even with no minions available, they're still looking so strong. Look at that burst potential. Sinai is gonna be taken down. The T3 final one at the bottom going to be melted immediately as well. Just a sliver of health left. Here comes Joy looking for another ultimate. Nice catch and pushback as well. They have the final target. It's an ace for the side of Weibo Gaming and JIT. Lesson is over.
The lesson is over and they have to go back to the player room here. With a 2-0 lead coming in for the side of Weibo Gaming, this is looking even tougher here. But let's hear from the players of Weibo.